And we're back.
And we're back. OMG.
Oh,
OMFG. That's neat.
yeah, that here. Ah, we just finished Stranger Things, the final season, final movie.
Grand finale.
We just finished it, and wow, there were parts of the many things I have to say. There are parts that I felt were like gearing up to a sixth season, but no, this was the end. Yeah.
There were I loved it. I really loved
Yeah,
it,
loved
right?
it.
Like when you think about like how is this ending? How is something supposed to end? And
Right.
in a way there were like multiple endings,
Yeah.
many, many multiple endings. And again, like it could have ended here, it could have ended there, it could have ended
Mm.
like this. It could, but each one of them you'd be going, oh, that was too easy, or
Right.
too, this, that, and the other. Like, so very,
Yeah, like they could have ended when the military rounded up all the people, or they could have ended with the monster, or
yeah.
it could have ended this, that, the other, but
And a couple things, right? Standout musical choices.
mm-hmm.
They blew up the Upside Down with uh Purple Rain, Prince Purple Rain, massive song, right?
Mm-hmm.
They end the kind of rooftop,
Mm-hmm.
almost
Mm-hmm.
St. Elmo's Fire, kind of the four. That's a movie reference. The four older kids,
Yeah.
right? With Cowboy Junkies,
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Jane, which is a crazy great song from 1989,
Yeah.
and then ending the whole show on with David Bowie's "We Could Be Heroes,"
Yeah.
right? Like, so great music from
Yeah. Amazing, amazing
Vincent's.
musical choices.
That you, of course, we want to know how they like, never mind the well, first off, the first ending, right?
Yeah.
Feeding the dragon. The D&D characters, they
Yeah.
start off with a small party. They go on this massive lifelong campaign,
Right. Yeah.
essentially. They gather up all these other kinds of
Different kinds of warriors.
well, magi and
Yeah, like
all of these different people. In the end, it's the quiet old woman
yeah,
that
it
gives the death blow.
yeah.
And they
To
to defeat the
yeah.
dragon, they have to like attack from above, from
Yeah, yeah.
inside, from
It's
with
the
the
whole
magic and with everything, right? And
it's like we were making a joke while this was happening. We're like, so they're just coming in with knives to stab the monster to death. But ironically, that is what happened. Like they killed Godzilla with a bunch of knives
yeah,
and like some fire and a
yeah.
magical and a magical girl. Like there's there's so much to be said about it's the fact that like the dragon it was originally like or the
Like
monster
it
it
looked
looked
like a
like it
cactus or
yeah,
something.
but then it unfurled itself
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
spider that came
That
back to
was
life
yeah.
like that
That was
was
so
so
incredible. And that
cool.
whole, like, by the time they got there, right? Had forgotten. Like, you're not worried about the
Hmm.
plot. They've set
Yeah.
the plot. And then Little Red Riding Hood, right? Which I forgot to mention earlier on in our discussions here, is Holly is that's another, like,
Hmm.
Holly had all of these classic literature references,
Right.
right? Like Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Little Red
Hmm.
Riding Hood, and she takes the kids and she gets them back in, but it doesn't,
Right.
that whole scene, right? Where then she's got to go deeper and down. We finally realize kind of where the whole thing
Hmm.
begins. We
Yeah.
see the whole beginning down there in that
Hmm.
suitcase. Like, so much stuff is,
Yeah.
dreams within dreams
Yeah.
are revealed, right?
Yeah. It's just it's in it it's like Inception almost. Like you don't
There is.
know what the hell's gonna happen.
There's fully somebody says that. Actually, there is a reference in there about a dream within a dream.
Right. And like
Yeah.
it's like the film we
Or no, they
watched.
say a memory within a memory,
Right,
right? But
yeah. But yeah,
it's an Inception reference.
it's
Yeah.
the film is 2 hours or 2 hours and like
The
20
fun,
minutes. The
yeah,
final, like
yeah.
original was like 3 hours. So
Well,
while
no,
there were
no. I mean, you say what's interesting. It seems that until quite recently, people expected it, or it was being listed as 2 hours,
3 hours,
yeah,
right.
almost three
Yeah.
hours
And
long, right?
like I definitely can feel sense that like some parts were missing, like with Vecna's backstory that like he touched a stone and it turned him evil. And like, okay, where did the stone come from? Like I can suspend my disbelief. Like there were some things, like there were some characters that I was hoping to
Didn't bug me at
see.
all. Didn't bug me at all.
I was like,
That part.
where's Dustin's girlfriend that he had last se 2 seasons? Where
Oh
is
yeah,
the
good point.
weed guy from the last season, I
Yeah,
think?
yeah. He wasn't necessary in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
adventure, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but like it's there's a lot in that ending, like where you think that Eleven's shit, 11 is dead.
Well,
Like
you go through the morning and the kind of like
time
that's
skip.
well, and also, but what I mean is that it's life, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of movies where like dad like takes it in the chin so his daughter and the boyfriend can live,
Right.
or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of like
It's like, oh great, they're kissing.
no, I mean, but he kills himself. I'm thinking of
Right.
like
That is true. Like
asteroid movie with whatever.
yeah, like
There's lots of movies where like somebody has to sacrifice themselves,
right.
like
Yeah,
some
but
war movie, like I'm going in, you guys
yeah,
stay here, I'm
yeah,
not gonna. Well,
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Like oftentimes you'd imagine, especially how he seemed to want to go like, hey, you're not allowed to kill yourself. I'm the one who's gonna kill himself.
right.
I've got to be the man who's
But that's
gonna
the end of
stand
season
my
four, right?
right.
That's and so that's not uncommon, and you can
Right.
see her logic, and you can see
Hmm.
that thing being set up,
Hmm.
right? Uh,
Yeah, but it didn't happen. It subverted our expectations and then subverted our expectations again and
well,
again and
and
again.
then so there's really like that first ending, where they slay the dragon, and that, in some ways is such a huge climactic ending,
Hmm.
but then they still have to escape, and then there's that whole other ending of them trying to get out, which ends in the kind of like almost like third thing, like, oh shit, Elle's in there, and there's like
Right.
we forgot about that ending.
Yeah. 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 Back focusing on that dragon like slaying thing. Like
Yeah,
it's almost like not only just a dragon, it's like a golem almost. Like you're fighting the monster from the outside, like destroying its like face and arms of fire. And then also there's the inside battle
right.
where like there's Elle using her like force abilities and then the other kid like
Kali,
sorry?
the Kali.
The guy, yeah,
Oh,
Will, where like Will's
oh yeah,
using
Will's
his
yeah,
mind
yeah,
powers just to give her that extra boost, like I'm gonna throw you
yeah. Well, that's
and
the thing. It takes all of them to
everyone,
yeah,
and then when they finally defeat the big monster and are now killing Vecna, it's perfect that Will's mom Joyce kills him
right.
because of everything that they've been put through, she deserves the kill both because of the pain that he has caused her and everyone around them,
Yeah,
and also for because she's a mom this season. Because we
yeah,
saw that other family's mom standing up to a Demogorgon with
right. Yeah.
a wine bottle. Like
Well,
she got
yeah,
injured
yeah,
hard, but she
yeah,
gave
yeah.
it.
That, and then she comes back and saves them again with
Right, with
the classic canister in the dryer,
right,
clothes
yeah.
dryer.
The old class, it's right in the book, the
Yeah,
book of things to do in
yeah,
case of monsters.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
so it's that, and like each like axe strike is with an image of one of the characters and the pain
Mhm.
that the monsters caused them.
Yeah. But I also want to say again, you know, before I mentioned things about layers and also how there's like such a music, like if you just watch
Hmm.
this show for the music, for instance, there's so much stuff and it's playing the music of the era,
Right.
which is so Gen X. Um, but then there's the final ending, right? Which even in itself has all these layers, right? But the fact that well, first off, before I forget, I want to just tip off that there's a part that is like connected to uh Princess Bride
Oh, really?
and well, just the fact that it's like a movie that ends with them as if almost as if the whole thing had been them playing the game, sort of, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
they pick it up like in Princess Bride, the grandfather's reading the story to the little kid, right? And then you fall into the story and you're off, and then once in a while you come back and you remember, oh yeah, that it's a grandfather reading this story, sort
Right.
of.
Yeah.
And so there was, I don't know, I just got a
There
little,
yeah, definitely like with I forget his name, but like the guy who like is like the DM
yeah, that's
Dungeon Master,
Michael, yeah,
Mike,
yeah,
yeah, where like he's, his ending basically is that like, the story writer continues to write these stories, like where he's
yeah.
typing this, but also like the fact that it's like a D&D book, the entirety of Stranger Things,
Well,
and
and
like, and then,
right. Yeah, as if he almost wrote the whole thing or
right,
whatever. Right. But again, there you know, sometimes in a movie or something, it's like it could have ended this way or it could have
hmm,
ended this way. The way it was structured, it's like they had all of these endings sort of.
right,
First they had the dragon monster, battle
mm,
ending, and then they had the escape and ending and capture, and
right,
then they had the L ending, and then they had that ending where they went through, oh, these guys, they
yeah,
ended up together, and
and
hold on, and all of that stuff,
mhm,
and then and they even showed him as the writer and stuff.
right,
And then he comes up with, in some ways, the greatest ending of all, right?
r
Which is I believe,
right, yeah. Um, I really want. I will be right back on that I believe part, but I also want to talk about the graduation part.
right?
That feels to me very like Breakfast Club-esque, like screw the hierarchy,
Or
like
or
and the
or Ferris
principal.
or Ferris Bueller, which
Yeah,
I think he kind of referenced, right? But
yeah, like it's like that where like, like he's talking about this like, chaos and stuff like, and then he goes further down insulting the principal, and then
well,
he takes off his like his like, like
yeah,
graduation thing, so it's Hellfire lives, and like
yeah.
screw you, principal.
And it's gone from Hellfire Club to Hellfire Lives, but your brother pointed out that
Hmm.
that's Eddie, right? That's a nod
Right.
to Eddie. That's what Eddie wanted to do, right? So it's like Eddie's not around, so you're kind of celebrating and getting to live through someone who isn't by
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
those
like your
things.
tribute to him. Like
Yeah,
this is what
exactly.
Eddie would have done if he were
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And
Yeah.
so much of this show has also been, one of those other layers or whatever has been the parents, right?
Hmm. And
And
how, they have to watch, they have to help, but also they have to watch their kids go through this.
yeah, and so you look at Alice and the
Hopper.
Hopper. You look at Alice and Hopper, like, and all the stuff that they've done and now they're like, they've a lot of this, some part of the show has been them worried about their kids, saving their kids,
Hmm.
excited for their kids, all of that stuff, right? So
Yeah.
this is like a parenting
Mhm.
thing, we've seen like all of that as well,
Yeah. And now they've got to let their kids go off into the
Well,
world.
that was a big part too, right? With Elle when he was worried that she was going to try and save the world by killing herself, right?
Right.
That she was like, you got to trust me to make the right decision,
Hmm.
like many of us, like we all have to do
Yeah,
generation by generation, right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah. But yeah, back to that last inning, like I believe
yeah,
it's very the music and each character putting away their book,
yeah.
their the book that they've probably been playing for at least 2 years, maybe
Well, that
more.
has a shelf, a
Right,
binder.
like not just like like a thin thing,
Yeah,
but it's this thick one full of
yeah, with their name,
stories,
yeah, with their name on it,
papers
and
that they had to rustle through to get that final win.
yeah, that spell, that final thing,
Yeah,
remembered
and
it.
like
Yeah.
and each one pointing
That was an ending, right? There was
yeah,
an ending to the game, and then somebody and people were leaving the table, and somebody remembered some
right,
miraculous
yeah,
thing,
they're they were all are like, oh, this is over, but wait,
Yeah.
we have that one last spell.
Yeah, what about that?
He even pretend like
Oh, it
nothing
didn't.
happened,
Yeah.
but wait,
Wait.
something is there's a purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like each character having finished the story, not only finished their story,
Yeah.
but they got the beyond the happy ending.
Yeah.
They've got like
Yeah.
the beyond like happy plus.
Yeah.
They put away their binder
Yeah. And
with
but
like
they
deep thought,
yeah.
like thinking about like all the stories that they've gone
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And then and then everyone's gone upstairs to get some delicious lasagna. And like yeah, it's Will. Like he looks at everything. Like he's the last one to put his binder in. He looks at the table, everything as he slowly goes up the stairs, thinking about everything
Yeah.
that he's gone through. And then, just as he's about to exit,
Yeah.
the kids
The
run
kids
down.
come down and yeah.
The next generation
Yeah.
of people playing this game,
Playing past yeah.
they're rowdy, they're full of
Yeah.
energy, they're like, like yelling at each other. This is nerdy, that's stupid and stuff, but they're still playing it because they want to.
Yeah.
And it's that aspect of maybe your story's over, your specific story, but that doesn't mean you can't play again. It just means that you're finally letting new people try it out.
And there's something important to what you've passed on to other
Mhm.
people, right? Like we pass things on. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
set the stage for them. You're
yeah,
not only finishing your story, you're setting the stage for the next player
yeah,
to get to go through the same things that you did when you first started it.
yeah, yeah,
And again, like it's this aspect of not an ending, but a new beginning.
yeah, yeah. No, amazing, really amazing, amazing final. So
Yeah.
well, until we see again, I'm
Yeah.
this isn't the last time we talk
No,
about this
no,
one.
this won't.
So
We got Fallout next and all the
oh
other shows we have.
yeah, until we see you again.
Until we see you again. Take care, people.